Well, that's what's nice about having a climb line fixed in the tree already, because
Yeah, I
you
know.
can undo your flip line if you have to and get around something like a big old stub like that.
I feel safe when I'm standing in a crotch like this.
Doesn't it always seem more secure when your flip line finally you get it over a stub?
Yeah.
Getting to the top of this stub and getting everything rigged up and set up, that's what takes a lot of the time. And then once you get everything rigged up and you got your ropes set in place,
I'll lock it off like this.
then you can start cutting and making progress. Always got to do your face cut first. Doing a running bowling this time because I feel like it.
Yeah, leave a little slack out so it can run a little bit.
And I'll do a clove hitch backed up with 2 half hitches if I want.
This is the thing about using pulleys, is you have to constantly reset its position, and you have to readjust the length of the cord because the tree gets fatter as you go down, so you're constantly doing all this extra stuff. It takes time.
We have water lines and gas lines in the ground that we have to miss, and so I'm lowering everything, even though, plus I don't want to just drop massive chunks in the driveway because it makes massive holes and divots in the driveway If we were just out in a field, you know, in the back 40, I would just chunk it. It's so much easier when you can just, you know, drop the pieces and just free fall them, let them just chunk down, you know. Or if you can just use lots of natural crotches, but using natural crotches puts more wear and tear on your ropes. And using a block, you know, saves your ropes, makes them last longer. It's kind of convenient when you can just use natural crotches. When I'm using old Thrasher ropes, I don't really care, but this is one of my nice new ropes. Of course, that's a gravel driveway, but even on a gravel driveway, I wouldn't want to make divots. And especially on an asphalt driveway, you'd never want to make divots in that. That would be horrible. Doing a timber hitch with one hand, 5/8 inch rope.
Okay. Leans over, it's like hard on your back. Because there's going to have a surprise. You gotta always check stuff like that. Not getting too much of a hurry. Here we go. Dry for like.
Just now swapped out my 026 for my MS362 with a 28 inch bar. I like this MS362. It feels like a big fat 026, like an 026 that's been beefed up.
Oh. Good trick, huh? Rope through. Just pull it through. Here, I'm done.
I decided to just chunk it down at this point in small pieces. I had a clear spot where I wasn't over the gas line. And by doing small pieces, I'm not making that much of a dent in the gravel driveway. The stub was getting too short to use the lowering system because the wall of the house was really close and I didn't want any pieces to swing. So I decided to just chunk them. And that right there in the middle of the heartwood there, that's embedded bark. That's where two main stems, two main leaders came up and separated and made a crotch. And the wood was really wide there. That was a big cut to make. And yeah, that's fully compartmentalized, sealed, old embedded bark right there in the middle. That dark red color. And one thing is, this is California black oak. This is a lot harder to cut than like Douglas fir and ponderosa pine or spruce or redwood or cedar. This is really hard, solid wood. Trying to be careful not to step on any stones as I come out of the tree with my spikes. Man, it feels good to take these spikes off.
A lot lighter. Well, it depends if the tree's dead or not, too. If it's dead, it's way lighter.
This tree was just raining down water out of all the spike holes. It was literally just, it soaked my ropes that were around the tree. Here I'm using my MS-461 to finish the face cut off. Face cut was a little bit off, so I did a remedial cut. I'm just popping out that secondary chunk. I like my face cuts to be as symmetrical as possible. The juice that's in the oaks is full of sugars. Those are photosynthates, and sugar, when it dries and when it's cooked at high temperature, it becomes like epoxy, and that's why you got to run the chain and wash out all that juice and replace it with fresh oil. Otherwise, your chain will seize up. Tried pulling it over, that didn't work. I had a thin hinge there; it should have gone, but that wood is strong. So went and grabbed my axe. Pounded the stacker wedges. I got those rifled wedges there. There it goes. Landed exactly where I wanted it.